and we're live with Dynamo Taylor. How are you, Liam?
I'm good, mate. Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you as well. It's been a while on it.
Yeah, of course. Our name of our site's MMA UK, but we appreciate all disciplines of MMA, and boxing's definitely one of those, and especially top level boxing. And top level boxing is what we're going to see on the 2nd of October from you when you fight David Avanesyan for the European Welterweight title. Fair to say it's the biggest fight of your life?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, by far. It's not just the European title fight. He's a proven world class fighter. So it's a massive fight for me, but one that I'm ready to grasp.
Yeah, training wise, anything different? Anything changed in the gym, the atmosphere, the drills? Anything different?
It's probably motivated me a little bit more. I always push myself anyway in every part of training. But the sparring's been bang on. I've had world class sparring with Liam Smith, who's perfect for Avanesyan. Other than that, I mean, everything, like I said, I push myself in everything I do anyway. So it's just more specifically for obviously the Avanesyan style. I feel like I've grasped it quite well. And on fight now, I'll hopefully be able to prove that.
Do you find yourselves watching more and more footage of bigger fights where you've got the footage? Maybe with lesser known opponents, it might be a bit harder to find that sort of footage. But I could see how you could get obsessed with maybe watching stuff if there's loads out there. Or do you not?
Honest, I'm the opposite. Like I've watched him twice. Both occasions was that I had to go around to my coach's house. We sat there for an hour and we watched a few fights. This is the first fight I've ever done this for. I never do it. It's not because I get obsessed otherwise, and I don't want that. Well, obviously for this fight, I knew that I had to watch certain things, but I do leave it to my coach generally. It's like he's the guy who'll tell me what to do. If I listen to him, I give myself the best opportunity.
You switched coaches, didn't you, a few years back?
I think I've been here now 4 years. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you noticed a big difference?
Yeah, massive. I think it's proven it in my performances. When I was with my last coach, I got beat off Tyrone Nurse. I know it was a last-minute fight. Then obviously 2 years ago, I rematched him and beat him. So it's that obviously shows.
I was gonna ask you about Tyrone Nurse actually a little bit later. With I remember that fight because it was on Sky Sports, wasn't it? Last minute, like you said.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's harder to come back and actually beat someone who's already beat you than it is to beat them in the first place, if that makes sense. So what was that psychologically? What did that do for you?
It was tough. Like obviously, the main thing was when I got defeated by him. Obviously, I took the fight on the Thursday. I fought him on the Saturday, so it was like 24 hours notice to weigh in. People, the amount of credit I got off the back of that, people going, "Oh, you took it on last minute notice." Got a big career. So then nothing really came off the back of that. I got injured. I was out for 12 months, so I got a new coach at the time. And then when the fight got made, I was a bit probably more nervous than what I should have been because I was thinking, shit, he's the only man to ever beat me, and it played on me a little bit. I thought, if I lose this fight, that's the end of my career, I can't come back from this. So there was a lot of pressure, and to this day, it's still my best win, I believe. I think that because of the pressure of the defeat, it really, it meant a lot to me, that win.
Yeah, and the first time you fought him, I remember him being quite even though he had some experience, quite more than you. He was still like an up and coming name as well, wasn't he?
I was 11-0 at the time. He was about 31-1 at the time. He was supposed to be fighting for the British title on that night anyway. So he was ready for the 12 rounds. He'd done the 12 rounds a few times. I'd never done more than a 6 round. It was a big thing for me. But I think I showed my toughness that night. I think that's something that's going to have to be shown next Saturday as well. But I believe that I'm good enough to beat anyone.
Yeah, that's the attitude you need.
Yeah, definitely.
The fight next week's Wembley Arena, 12,500 capacity. I think it is for boxing. Are you how's that? I know it's a world famous arena and it's somewhere new. I don't think you fought there before, have you?
No, I've not. No.
Is that something you'd rather be there, or would you rather be fighting at maybe like Manchester Arena where you can get as many?
Obviously, I'd love to fight in front of the Manchester fans. I have as many there as possible, but it's one of them. It's still, I'm still in England. I know that Avanesyan is Russian, but he's based over here. So it's an even playing field anyway. I've got quite a lot of fans travelling up anyway. They're making obviously the journey down, so that sort of stuff don't bother me. It could be anywhere. Obviously, it'd be nice in Manchester, but London, it's fine.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one with Avanesyan that he's got that big support in London despite being Russian. How do you think the crowd's gonna be? What percentage do you think is going to be cheering for him and cheering for and you probably don't even care, but
No,
where do you think that support's going to be?
I think it'll be probably quite even. Do you know what I mean? Like I say, there's quite a lot of people coming to support me, but I'm sure, like you say, there's a lot of Russians based in London who like I say, Avanesyan's caught the spotlight when he beat Josh Kelly, so he's going to have support himself, yeah. But that'll spur me on even more, and I'm sure it will. He went over to Spain in front of 40,000 people and won the European title, so he won't be afraid of a hostile environment either.
You've probably got the bonus of that if they're sort of casual fans, they're probably going to just cheer for the English guy.
Exactly.
Anyway, so you have that on your side at least.
Exactly. Yeah.
Your last fight at Victoria Warehouse, Manchester, I was there. Tommy Broadbent.
Yeah.
In the first round, it was the first round, wasn't it?
Yeah, the first round. Yeah.
His body was quite open.
Yeah.
Most of the fight, but you came across quite disappointed at the end of that.
It wasn't that. It's the fact that I knew the Avanesyan fight was there. Do you know what I mean? I already agreed it with EBU, so I wanted a few more rounds. That's all it was. It was on a bit of a ticket deal, so obviously it cost quite a lot of money. But until the last 3 minutes, it was frustrating. But then my coach just said, "Listen, you didn't get cut, you didn't get any injuries. You're fighting again in 6 weeks. It's a blessing." So I looked at it in that way and I thought it's true. And the good thing about it, I was training for 8 weeks for that fight. I've rolled straight in now for another 5 weeks. I couldn't be better prepared, so it was a good thing.
And secondly, just going back to that fight as well, and I know I'm going to bring this up because it's probably one of my most favorite moments in boxing, is when his walkout song didn't play. And with all the technology that we've got now, you can play any song in the world on your phone, and we couldn't get this music to play.
Yeah.
And in one of the most cringy yet bravest moves I've ever seen in boxing, the MC actually sang him out to the ring.
It did,
What was the reaction like that behind the curtain? Was a bit of...
To be honest, it was mental because I was stood there and obviously in fight mode. You do your warm up, you're ready for your ring walk. I'm the home fighter. Obviously, I had a lot of fans there. And I'm thinking, he's messing about a song. Just get in the ring. Yeah. I was thinking, I'll just get in myself. I was stood there for 10 minutes. So at the time, it annoyed me. Now I look back and think, right, okay. So, yeah, it was probably funny for some people, but it was backstage. It was frustrating.
For him, it probably did. You were, well, I know you wanted more minutes in the ring, but you could see him sort of arguing with himself on the way out to the ring. So you probably learned something there if that ever did happen to you.
Yeah.
That not to react in the way that he did.
Yeah, I'm too professional for that sort of stuff. Once you're in fight mode, that sort of stuff don't bother me. It's nothing that that's what was annoying me. I thought I'll just get in the ring if it's a big issue. It don't matter.
And finally, about that fight, one person that was there to watch was Phil Foden. I know you're not massive on football, but did you know he was going to be there?
I didn't have a clue, no. Until I was in the back, and my coach Steve, he follows football, loves football, and Terry Flanagan, he loves City, and he was like, right, we'll go out and get a picture with him. So yeah, they was over the moon with it. But I mean, after it, I bumped into him, and he seems a nice guy, so it was good. Like I say, it got people talking, which is always nice.
It was quite funny because I spotted him quite early on, obviously, with his haircut. And then a bit later on, and Foden's over there. But there's about 20 people with the same haircut. So when they actually turned around, it went, oh, it's not him, actually. And I was looking for him for about half an hour then. I'm sure he was one of them. Definitely him.
It's funny, yeah.
And I've asked you about Tyrone Nurse. You were under Eddie Hearn. That fight, I think, the one we watched at Manchester Arena was under Eddie Hearn. Mm-hmm. And you've since moved to MTK. How did that decision come about, and what's changed since then?
MTK was just obviously it was the start of lockdown. I knew that boxing was going to go on a back burner, so but I knew MTK was going to be putting shows on, obviously behind closed doors, which they did. I knew he was investing a lot of money, so the move was just I signed with MTK for that reason. Terry Flanagan had just signed with him from the gym, They got him a few fights quick, and so it was the right move for me. Obviously, like I say, they got me a fight in lockdown. It got voted Fight of the Year by the public, which always helps. So it boosted my profile a little bit. That was the reasoning behind it. Just for that, obviously, there's a big platform, really. You know, they're a good management company, one of the best in the world.
Because I remember having a discussion after that fight that you had there that got Fight of the Year about TV and Sky. And this next fight's on Sky Sports. That one was on YouTube.
Yeah.
How did you feel about that sort of difference? What difference does it make to you? What it's on or nothing at all?
No, it's tunnel vision. You know, it's just a fight. It's fight night. It don't mean that sort of stuff. Don't really bother me. You know, it's sometimes you just gotta look past it. I know some fighters it would, but no, I'm alright with that sort of stuff.
Massive fight this weekend, Joshua and Usyk. Usyk, I enjoy watching boxing. How do you think that fight's gonna
go? I think Usyk can give him problems for the first 6 rounds. I think Joshua will eventually manhandle him and get him out there later on.
You gonna watch it?
Yeah, of course, 100%.
So you're actually on. We haven't mentioned that. Is it co-main event? Because on the poster it does seem like it is co-main event.
Yeah, it's co-main event. Yeah.
And that's under Chris Eubank and Sveni Elba.
Yeah.
And he's looking to be the next Brit to face Canelo Alvarez.
Yeah.
Do you think that fight's going to happen, or do you think?
No.
No, you don't think that'll happen.
It doesn't deserve to happen either. Off Eubank's previous performances and Canelo's performances. No, I can't. I can't justify Chris Eubank fighting him. No, definitely not.
And we haven't got the best track record against Canelo anyway. I think we should just leave him alone, really, at this stage.
I'd say so. I don't have, what is the 6, 7 British fighters? They've all been beat.
Yeah. And I know you're not into trash talking opponents of any fighters. Has any fighter ever tried to push your buttons? Or been successful?
No, no. To be honest, no. I don't think they have. No, it's no. I mean, it won't really get a reaction. Do you know what I mean? It's just unless it was weighing day and I'm tired of the weight and someone starts annoying me. But it is what it is. Like someone starts trying to use their energy to get in your head. It don't bother me. It's not a problem.
And how do you see the fight Saturday going? For you, yeah. Next Saturday.
It's. I think Avanesyan is going to obviously come looking because that's just what he does. He's strong, he's game, he's world class. So he's going to try and get me out of there. I think, the game plan for me is to outbox him and see if there's any opportunities to take him out myself. I'm not, people are talking about how big of a puncher he is. I think I can punch myself. My record shows. I think the last 6 opponents have all been down. It could end early. A few people saying it's going to end early either way, but I think I'll win unanimous on points.
Okay. I'm quite confident it's going to be a war myself, and I can't wait to see it. I'm guessing you'd be quite happy winning this one with body shots in the first round.
Oh yeah, I'd be over the moon.
That
could happen. Yeah. I would have a mark on my face then, would I? But no, I think it should be I think it will be a fight for the fans. I think they'll enjoy it. Whilst it lasts, yeah.
And it's probably for you one of the best places to be on that just before the main event because the eyes are going to be there. The eyes might not be there for the second, third fight down the card.
No,
most of them are going to be waiting. And if you can catch the eye there, you've got a big opportunity.
Yeah, I think to be honest, looking at the card, I think it deserves to be top of the card. And I think speaking to Sky Sports, I think my fight's going to be now 10:30, the schedule, and Chris Eubank's going to be on at 9 o'clock. So it's better that it's later. I think it deserves to be on the top of the bill, really. It's a massive fight, against, like I've said, a world-class opposition.
So you think that's going to actually be at the top now?
Well, I've been told that he's good. Yeah, for the scheduling, I think Chris Eubank's on at 9, and then I'm the one after him. So,
well, you'll have even more eyes on you then.
Yeah, exactly. It's a good thing, and I think the fight does deserve that.
Yeah, and if you are successful and you win that on points, you've still got some unfinished business against Tetley, I think.
No, Tetley.
Is that gone?
Yeah, he's. I'm win the European title. I'll be looking. They'll give me a top 10 world ranking. I'll be looking to defend it against. There's a mandatory French kid. I'd like to defend that in Manchester. That'd be good. And like I say, beat Avanesyan, it gives me a top 10 world ranking with every governing body. So there'll be big opportunities on the back of this.
Do you think Tetley might be a bit more interested in you if you win that?
No, I mean, still, I speak to Tetley quite a lot.
Yeah.
He's not interested. He just said, look, it's a fight that's gone. He understands that. And he just wished me all the best. So no, there's no unfinished business there. That's just that fight's gone. I won it, and then that was it. There's no questions. It was a good fight to watch, but like I said, I'll move forward now in my career.
And you've mentioned, we've talked about your career. You're 30 now. That's right, isn't it?
Yeah.
Probably getting towards the later stages of your career. Not that you could go till you're 40. I don't know.
Yeah.
How do you see that progressing now?
I think I've got realistically 3 fights left. That's all. I always wanted to be done when I was 30, but obviously opportunities wasn't there. So, like I said, win this fight and see how good I am. Get another 2 fights potentially and call it a day. I've had a good career, I've enjoyed it, but you've got to know when to walk away also. It's very, obviously, boxing's challenging on the body, so I know that in another 12 to 18 months I'll be done. Okay,
that soon.
Yeah.
And then are you going to be sticking around the gym? Are you going to go into coaching or anything like that?
Yeah, obviously at the gym, we've got quite close friends there that I train with. I'll still be involved with boxing probably for the rest of my life. Yeah, coaching and being around it, 100%. Yeah.
Great. Okay, well, 2nd of October, still tickets left?
Yeah. Still, there's no... Yeah, I think some of them, quite a lot, like the ringside and inner ringside, sold out, but there's still £40, there's £60, I think, yeah.
Okay, and other than that, Sky Sports?
That's the one.
Arena, I'm guessing?
Yeah, Sky Sports, yeah.
Oh,
one of them, yeah.
Well, you'll find it if you're looking hard enough. Okay, Liam, thank you very much. All the best in your fight.
Cheers, mate.
Hope you bring it home.
Nice.
Take care of yourself, mate.
Cheers.
Thank you. Goodbye.